Welcome to the Bobby Soxer Show, the podcast where nobody gets left feeling shocked. With your hosts, Ashley Person
Like, what have I done?
I like it.
Okay. Good. Yep.
All right. We are pretty much live.
And by both sides, you mean just us? Go for it, man.
All right. So, what's the time? 3:43. All right, cool. And ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, we are back with another episode of the Bobby Soxer Show. We are your hosts, Alan and Ash. How are you doing this lovely week, or a couple of weeks, Alan?
Doing really good, man.
Doing really
good.
Been up to much?
The usual stuff, man. But just setting up for this this podcast, pretty much, because we have a pretty big lineup.
Yeah, we do.
The man, Ryan McDonald, the spiritual guru.
The spiritual guru.
Our local spiritual guru.
This is going to be very interesting, second half of the podcast, because the first half we're pretty boring by ourselves, but everyone loves our guests.
Daniel was a bit of a hit.
Yeah, and, we're thinking Ryan might be a bit of a hit as well.
I think so. I have a good feeling about this one.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a more serious episode. Last time we were kind of just geeking out and having fun and all that kind of stuff, because that's what we're into. But now we're going to talk about a rough gist. We'll probably go into the pros and cons of a capitalistic Western society and its effects on relationships and mental health. Mm-hmm. And I think spirituality has a role to play in that, because it is less of a focus these days.
Yep.
Because we all want that Bugatti, and we all want...
we all want to live the high life.
Yeah, we all want to live the high life, and we forget all the other stuff that actually makes us feel whole.
Yeah, and, that's fair.
Since Western society is material focused, that's Ryan's going to bring in the other side of the spectrum. This is the guy that I like to go to when I want to have a deep conversation, man that I dive into spiritual ideas and get no judgment. So that's where I feel comfortable with this kind of stuff. So we're going to share that with everyone else.
It's going to be very interesting, and mainly for the viewers, because I'm more, I wouldn't say opposite spectrum of things, but I'm very much more, I'm not a spiritual person by any means. So this is going to be very interesting for me as well. So that's probably why you probably got him.
Yeah, and good thing that you mentioned that. A little disclaimer here: our views and thoughts aren't meant to persuade anyone or influence anyone to change their beliefs. It's just simply a discussion to try connect with anyone that resonates with our ideas. And if it can help one person, that's
then it helps one person.
Yeah, it helps one person, and you never know where that kind of will lead to. So,
no, exactly right. But I do say it's for comedic purposes. You need to have that fast disclaimer where you go.
I might have that.
The following may not influence you.
That's a great idea, and I probably will add that in with the editing.
Sponsored by the Victorian government.
Funny you mentioned the government. I find it funny how all these government programs for mental health are established by the very people that cause
the causation of our own problems.
It's like they're saving people from
the very problems they create. It's a circle of life. So it's going to be very interesting second half for this one. In my first half, I mentioned to you this off camera, so buckle up, people. You're in for a ride with Ash's opinions that often will maybe get me in trouble. But here we go. The Victoria's Secret fashion show happened a couple of days ago, and it made me really mad. And for a couple of reasons. The Victoria's Secret fashion show, the models get wings, as they walk down the runway. They're meant to represent, how much work that the model has done in the fashion industry, with a lot of photo shoots with multiple people or companies and then multiple walks down the Victoria's Secret runway. There are a couple of outliers this year, and mostly Angel Reese, a very, very mid-tier basketball player, WNBA, and Madison Beer, who's an up-and-coming, I wouldn't say up-and-coming, she's already here as a pop artist. But very attractive pop artist, and everyone flocks to her. Anyway, they got given wings for their first ever runway ever. Anything to do with modeling ever. And that really saddens me and makes me mad because the Heidi...
Kind of like a badge of honor.
They're Heidi...
Imagine giving everyone a medal of honor
it's
for doing nothing.
It's the equivalent of a participation trophy now. You get it because you just they've
devalued the symbolism of the wings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about Heidi Klum and Alessandra and just Tyra Banks, that they put in the work. They put in the work.
Days that it meant something.
It meant something. And some of these go back to 2013, 14, 15. I think they stopped the fashion show in 2017 because of the sales and it didn't represent everything. So Ryan's in the background. Ryan's in the background. That's fine. Breaking the fourth wall. But also
this is 4D, 5D crap.
This is the unprofessionalism we deal with. But also, they devalued what it meant to be a Victoria's Secret model, and there's obviously the other controversial things is that that they're letting every body type model. Now, I don't know. I'm not a fan personally. I'm not a fan of it. If you're a bigger person, you're a big person. That's fine, but. It's the whole thing of back when Lizzo was a big girl, she used to promote body positivity, and everyone's oh my god, you should love her. But if you called a woman you look like Lizzo, she'd get really offended.
It's the whole meme, right?
It's the whole meme.
The whole Star Wars Anakin thing.
Yeah. So
it's who the hell is that? It's that's Lizzo. She's beautiful. It's you look like Lizzo.
Yeah, they stare at you. So when I see these things, and I'm for 2013 to 17, whenever it stopped, they'd actually montage the girls working out, they're in the gym every day. They're getting flown everywhere. It's non-stop modeling shoots, and they still have to work out all the time. So it was So when I say these things, it's a badge of honor to wear these wings and to be a part of the fashion show. And
it goes beyond Victoria's Secret because we see the devaluation of many things.
Yes,
everything from currency to TV to music and. That's why people don't respect anything anymore.
Well,
I shouldn't say anything, but there's so much stuff. So this is just a small.
It's a small thing.
That represents a larger scale.
I guess the meme is to keep going a little bit, is that Disney was more inclusive when they didn't care about DEI. You had movies like Mulan, Lilo and Stitch. You had all these Tiana, The Princess and the Frog.
I don't want a Caucasian woman playing a Chinese girl or a Native American. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Just make them what they're supposed to be. Stop making everyone black. Unless they're actually black. If it's based on an African prince, I don't want a Chinese guy playing an African prince.
It doesn't make sense.
This is killing me.
So it goes back. Disney were more diverse when they were in the 90s, the late 80s and early 90s to early 2000s. They were more diverse then, rather than pushing the agenda now. And I think it's just the narrative is just you're pushing this everywhere.
At the end of the day, art's about whatever works. If something isn't working, then it's going to turn to crap. So that's the thing.
So that's my opinions of the day that'll probably get me cancelled. In the next episode, I won't be here. It'll be someone else.
That would have happened by now.
It would happen.
Crap I've said.
Yeah. Well, it's a funny thing because I try to get myself cancelled all the time. But then I have just a bunch of people that agree with me, and I don't, like, and so, mostly in secret because obviously they like a lot of people don't want to say their thing, or maybe in public or like on camera and stuff. But yeah, I try to get. My last video a long time ago was like some people were complaining that Shein was at Comic-Con because they're a Chinese company and all that, so they're making cheap crap for people to use. And they bought a spot in Comic-Con, and I said, and people were trying to boycott it and all that stuff, and I said, well, if you wear stuff from Kmart and you buy your stuff from Target and all, they have like made in Bangladesh. What do you really think that these guys are getting paid? Whatever they're supposed to be paid.
Yeah,
like you go to any cruise ship industry. The Filipinos get paid 40 cents an hour. Yeah. It's ridiculous. So like where do you draw your lines? And so I tried to get cancelled, and then I went to Comic-Con and everyone was pulling me aside going, I actually really agree with what you're trying to do. I'm just like, I was trying to start a fight, but no one wanted to fight. So this is what I had to deal with. So maybe I won't get cancelled. Maybe I'll get a bunch of people that pull me aside in secret and go, I really agree with you in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. It's really important.
I just wanted to bring up the fact that you actually went to the whole Melbourne Symphony.
Oh yes. So I'll quickly bring a couple of things up. So went to Melbourne Symphony Orchestra for the Marvel Infinity Saga.
How did it all go?
So I mean, probably in previous video. I mean, we'll probably include this in the video. But we got to, myself and my friend Jay and my friend Nigel got to interview the conductor Nicholas Buck while he conducted the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra for the Infinity Saga. So it was 23 pieces of music within 2 hours. And I tell you from start to finish, it was nothing but emotional trauma because you just felt everything that you felt when you first watched these Marvel movies. So they put a montage of from Iron Man all the way to the end till Endgame, and so they're playing Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Thor, and you're just watching it. I totally forgot sometimes there was an orchestra there because I'm watching the big screen that they set up, and they're playing all these Marvel movies.
I always wondered how that experience would feel because I know that they've done things where the orchestra's playing and you're watching this screen. I'm just thinking, are you going to be distracted by the orchestra while you're watching? But it seems to be the other way around. It seems like you forget the orchestra's there.
Yeah, you really do. The only times, I obviously, I'm looking for it, where I wanted to see how the timing works with, how they move into the next movie or screen or the next piece, and I could actually see how it kind of worked. I'd love to know. Now that I've sort of seen it, I would love to go back and interview maybe Nicholas Buck. But my friend Jay got to interview Nicholas Buck. He was an amazing conductor. I wish there was a standing ovation for him because it was really, really well done. So it was only here for 3 days, so I can't even say go see the show. It was from Thursday to Saturday, and that's it. So, and I think there's going to be some further shows. They actually take it around the world into different cities. So the next one's actually going to be in Sydney in December. So if you're watching this and you're in Sydney, go watch the the Sydney Symphony Orchestra play Marvel Infinity Saga. That was really, really well done. And last thing I'll touch on is PAX was not too long ago. By the time this comes out, probably a couple of weeks later. But PAX, the video game convention, biggest one in Australia. Melbourne never let it go because it brings in so many people. I heard some crazy numbers there was 80,000 people over the course of the week, over the course of the weekend. I think just 40 to the word, look, I'm going to say 40,000, but then people were telling me like 80,000 on Saturday.
Just give the viewers like an idea of what PAX is.
Yeah, so PAX is, if you don't know, because PAX is a worldwide-ish video game convention, but essentially what it is a bunch of companies like Gigabyte, Asus, HP, but also game developers like Ubisoft, PlayStation, Nintendo, and so forth. They all come together where you can play demos of up-and-coming games, or some have already been released, but they weren't released too long ago. So, for example, I got to play Pokemon a couple of days early, the new Pokemon ZA. We got to play it on Friday, but it got released the next week. So it was only a couple of days, so that's what I mean. You get it's sort of a close distinction, but also there are a lot of board games and trading card games that you get to play as well. So they set up like half the convention center, like the whole Melbourne exhibition center gets taken. And actually the whole 2 buildings. So you got the whole long hallway.
Damn.
And then you get the building next to where they have like the theater rooms and all that stuff. So the whole thing gets taken. And you got cosplayers.
What's this like retro games and new games and just the whole?
You get pinball. What? You got pinball machines. You get There's a classic arcade area. There's tournaments for like fighting games like Mortal Kombat and Tekken. There's also like tournaments for Rocket League, and there's speed run championships. So there are a lot of people will put on Mario and they'll run through it. Yeah. So next year, like when we apply for it, I'll have to bring you down as well, because for 3 days it was it's very great. Like,
I still watch those Mario 64 speedruns, man.
Oh man, they do so much.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, because
they're so good at it.
They jump around like they're around like the thing. They're like, oh, we know there's a glitch here. And if I don't know how.
Just insanity.
So PAX it was a great convention. It was good to see everyone that I get to only catch up like maybe once or twice a year during the convention times. The cosplays were amazing. It just seems every year like people are doing better and better costumes. Like full body armor, like Warhammer style, and I'm just like, man, exactly. So the technology has come so far from when we just bought our costumes from Spotlight back in like
guess I'm cheap.
Like 10, 15 years ago when we started to win it. It just wasn't working out. I think actually, in all, I've been pretty busy with all that sort of stuff. So that's where I've been at.
Very nice, very nice. Is the first segment time?
I think no. So I think we're coming up to the actual second segment. So stick around, everybody. We're coming up to part 2. Hey everyone, we are back for part 2, and we have the lovely Ryan, as promised, to go through the challenges of spirituality in a Western culture today. How are you feeling, Ryan? Do you feel nervous? Don't feel nervous.
No, I actually feel beautiful.
Yeah? So I'll give the mic predominantly to Alan. You probably see my voice in between everyone. I don't think I need to keep passing it back and forth. I think last time the sound was okay, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
All right, where do I start? First of all, I kind of, I guess I can put myself in the firing line a little bit as far as my own awakening, if you want to even call it that, and where my, a brief history about my little journey. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of other channels that I've sort of recommend if anybody wants to go down any rabbit holes. The Awakened Kiwi, really good, good way to start the basics. Joey the Gypsy, and this one, I've actually got one of his books here. His name is Dr. Gabor Mate. Now this particular book's called When the Body Says No, but I recommend his book, Realm of the Hungry Ghost. I've actually given it away, so I don't have a copy of that book, but I will bring it up in the editing. I think it should be compulsory for everyone. It's the gist of it is about how childhood trauma affects people into adulthood. And I think that's the fundamental thing that people should understand in order to sort of progress into adulthood. So, yeah, I would like to dive into this maybe on another episode one day. Those are the three big ones. Yeah, so I do have a bunch of questions. For the meantime, do you want to just...
Well, okay, while you're doing that, so I guess, like, Ryan, you're more, as Alan has said, that you're more of a spiritual person. Like, what got you into more of, like, spirituality than, like, what influenced you more to spirituality than maybe the more Western ideas of, like, you know, consumerism? So, like, was there an awakening process, or what happened? Did something happen in your life, or were you just always a spiritual person?
It all began when I was 14. Mm-hmm. So I was brought up as Catholic.
Yep.
And always went to Catholic church and do the normal programming with the parents. And then and anything I say to you today is just my opinion.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, of course.
And don't believe what I'm saying. But
do as I say, don't do what I do. Do as I say, don't do what I do situation,
Yeah, so it's just my experience. And when I was 14, I started to see spirits.
Yeah, okay.
So I started to see, like, I saw like a figure in my bedroom at the end of the bed. Mm-hmm. And it was like a granddad figure.
Okay, yeah.
And then at the time when I saw it, I was too scared.
Okay.
So I closed my eyes. I just keep praying and praying and praying. And then I opened my eyes, they're still there.
Wow.
And then I closed my eyes, kept praying. I was just scared. My heart was just jumping up and down.
Okay, yeah.
And then, next morning, just gone, and I went to tell my mum, and I told my mum, like, I saw a spirit or someone in my room, I don't know.
Yep.
She goes, I think you're dreaming. And then I knew I couldn't talk to my mum.
Okay.
And then I knew something, like, I knew something I saw, but I couldn't interpret it into this world.
Yes, okay, yep.
And then I start to see more spirits.
Okay.
After that, like, just like you now, but as a spirit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Kids. Different people, just like that spirit world to this spirit world.
Yeah.
But just different. I did not understand. I was scared for maybe about 6 months.
Yeah, okay.
And then eventually I started to get used to it. Then wasn't scared no more. Next thing I started to talk to them, say, what do you want? Mm-hmm. Didn't get much feedback.
Maybe like they weren't going to tell you, like, I really need milk. I've been stuck on this plane of existence for a while now. I really need to get out of here.
And plus when I say it's like a silhouette.
Yeah.
It's like a silhouette.
Maybe not like, you don't see like a fully formed person.
Not fully. It's just a white silhouette.
Yeah.
Yeah, then after that, I went to the Catholic church, to the priest. I said to the priest, I see spirits. Can you please help me? He goes, out of my hands.
Yeah, okay.
And then after that, like, I felt anger because I want to kick the chairs in that church and throw it all around because it wouldn't help me. At the same time, I knew that wouldn't work.
They might just call you a devil and just have you arrested on the way out.
And then after a while, I just put a little tear in my eye and just walked out.
I just wanted to quickly ask, because you touched on the fact that when you saw these spirits, you told your mum, she didn't really believe you. So the question I want to ask, having a spiritual outlook on life, did it make it more difficult to connect with people? Do you get treated any differently once you tell people about this? Or Yeah, because this...
Well, the
yeah.
answer is
Yeah.
I didn't tell no one, so I didn't get treated different.
Okay.
I kept
Okay.
it to myself.
So just once you told your mum and didn't get...
The answer I wanted, yeah.
The answer, you didn't tell anyone?
No.
So you just kept it to yourself. So
Yeah.
how do you
So-
feel about that? Was it a lonely experience having this ability or whatever you want to call it that you couldn't find? Did you find anyone else that could do it, or like no?
No, I just watch a lot of movies and I just see a Catholic priest and I thought they can help. That's why.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why
Hollywood
I
for a reason, man. Yeah.
And I knew I wasn't why I what I was seeing, what I was seeing. I knew it was there.
Yeah.
Like I knew that 100%. But I knew I couldn't tell no one because if I don't believe it, how you gonna believe it?
So did you like climatize to it? Did you get used to like these spirits around you? And it was like a normal thing for you afterwards?
You get used to it after a while.
So it's almost like you interacting with me and Ash, but just with... How could you... Because you said they were like a silhouette. Like how did you differentiate the spirit from a normal person? Like were they sometimes just like us, or were they different all the time?
No, it's just like you, but silhouette.
Right.
Like nobody.
Okay.
Like it's like he said.
No features.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah, no features.
Really?
No, they had features, like, but you can see the features, but the silhouette, and you can see right through.
So they were just like a transparent person.
Yeah.
They were a transparent person.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. That's
And it's like he said, like you said, like they can't taste the milk.
That's fair. So, like, how do you think, like, over time, people have become like less spiritual because of like maybe technology, maybe science, whatever, culture.
Culture of materialism.
No, the way I look at it, because when I was younger, I was born in a Catholic, so I was like raised up in a Catholic church, so their belief. Then I look at my friends. My friends were like Muslim, Hindu, Buddhism, like different nationalities. So I start to say, you know what? Let me learn about the Quran. Let me learn about Hindu. Let me learn about Buddhism.
Okay, so you took the path of like there's something more spiritual at play, but it may not necessarily. You want to learn everything rather than just sticking to the one notion that there's only Catholic or there's only God, and like there's multiple, maybe possible multiple avenues. Yeah,
so I just dive into them like maybe 50%, not 100%.
Yeah.
So each one I took like 50%, 50%, 50%, and I just took a little bit out here.
That was actually a question I wanted to ask you. Do you think like there is a one true religion, or do you think they're branches from the same tree?
Like I'm still learning.
Yep.
Like I'm still learning through my path, and the conclusion I come to, and this took like maybe, like in the time, like back then when I was 14, until like 15 years time. Like my conclusion is that when I learn different religion, and then I was like part of them. So it was like I was part of Muslim, but I never told him that I learned Catholic. Then I learned Hinduism, but I never told him I learned. I'll just anything they tell me to, I'll do. Anything they tell me to pray or how to do, I'll just do. Or meditation, like the Buddhism, meditate. Thinking about peaceful thoughts, but they're all similar in a way, but a bit different, but all similar, but same.
Yeah.
And then I start to look at, like, because I was in that environment, so I was in every environment. I start to learn that. Then I start to say, what religion you are?
I'm actually Catholic. Well, supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just say you're Catholic, I start to realise, this guy is a program. This guy's a program of Muslim. This guy's program of Buddhism. But I start off when they're born. So because you're born and your mum raises Catholic, and then you start talk to me about Catholic, about Jesus.
I think I know what you're trying to say. I think what you're saying is people are the hardware, and the information that people are giving you are like the software that is being downloaded by the humans. So it's almost like that. If you want to go to like a Matrix analogy, because I know, like, we had a couple of conversations before that. You're almost leaning towards the idea that we are in a simulation, like this is a digital world.
Yes.
I'm starting to believe that more and more. The more the AI thing is happening, and the harder it's to differentiate AI videos from reality.
Yeah.
I'm almost like getting it warped with reality, and it's getting a bit weird.
Yeah. It's like if I gave you as a baby, took you as a baby, and what like say I'll give you Chinese mum and dad.
Yeah.
And I guarantee them two know Buddhism.
Yeah.
I guarantee you learn about Buddhism, you know nothing about Catholic. I'll guarantee you being fried rice.
I know how to cook really good fried rice.
And you'd be very good with the chopsticks. And you're probably a martial artist.
I used to do. I had to play ping pong.
Or I took you as a baby. I'll give you American mum and dad. Maybe like the real Americans. So you might be saying Donald Trump's great, and maybe you eat and
become more conservative. Yeah.
And pretend if you're left or the blue.
Yeah.
And you might be a bit more bigger than.
And then a normal sized person.
Like if you're Asian, you'd be skinny. You'd be American, bigger. So when I look at different people, so I start to look at you. I look at you, Alan, as a spirit and a body.
Yeah.
So I start to look at everyone like that.
Yeah.
I start to say, okay, so they're spirit and a body. They're spirit and a body. So I look at them and go, okay, they're spirit and a body, and I see what program comes out of me.
Yeah.
And I see what their belief. And then when they tell me their belief, I say you're right. Because every belief they got is right. And Alan's belief is right. Or even this guy over here, Imagination, his belief is right. If you believe it is right, so I say you're right. They say to me, how can we both right? Okay, it's a belief.
Yeah.
If you both believe it, it's true. That's why I say you're right. To me, there's no wrong.
Yeah.
But there is a wrong, but.
Yeah, like in certain situations. Yeah. But you have no inclination to disregard anyone's belief. You just sort of go, this is what you believe in. This is what you believe in, and you can relate on a fundamental level because you've done at least some of the homework for a lot of things. Yeah. So you don't really have any like stand-in. But so I guess what do you, for someone maybe like me, who doesn't have any spiritual guidance. Don't get me wrong. I understand people who believe in God and whatever your religion is. Yeah. I understand it, but I changed very quickly when I was a teenager to young adult. Yeah. So I grew up Catholic. Everything was God this, God that, all that sort of stuff. And then and when I started doing like more sciencey things, it started bringing up the questions of like, where does the soul come in? Why do you, are you born with it? Is it something that you grow into, or, the star, why do the stars matter when you're born? Like, why are you Pisces or whatever it is? Yeah. And then, so these little things that sort of came up in my own head, I'm like, oh, you know what, when does that stuff sort of come out? And then you start diving deeper, why do dinosaur bones exist? Because, nowhere in the Bible did we to say, there are dinosaurs that roam the planet, so where do these bones come from? So it's like little intricate details that sort of made me go, you know what, I don't really have the same belief as I did. And then as I grew up more of an adult, and no offense to all the Catholics out there, because I'm sure there are great Catholics out there, but as time has gone on, I opened my eyes to sort of say, like, when I went to church, there was nobody more judgmental than people in a church. People were watching other people go, oh man, these guys are 10 minutes late to church. How can you come 10 minutes late to church? Well, look at where are they dressing. That dress is inappropriate. You shouldn't wear that to church or this way. And I'm just saying in my head, I'm like, we're all here theoretically for the same reason, to believe, like, you know, to pray to this God. Like, you literally shouldn't, like, you know, it's in the text, like, he who without sin should cast the first stone. So what you're saying is you're judging people while you're supposed to be practicing. You're not really practicing really well. Sorry, I know. So when I saw all this kind of stuff happen, in front of me, I'm just like, well, you guys are the worst, really, because you're judging everyone that you're not even supposed to be judging. You're supposed to be praying to the thing it's an hour a week on a Sunday.
It's easy to get God confused with religious people. So humans are humans. At the end of the day, we're really flawed. But I 100% get what you're saying, and I think so many of us that have a logical brain go through that cycle of going, this doesn't quite make sense. Do I believe in this because of this and that? And then for me personally, it's almost like a cycle. I've gone around full circle. I always end up in the same spot. So that's where my understanding comes from, is I always end up going in a circle and then back to the same spot.
No, sorry, I was on a rant, but I guess what
it's a perfectly legitimate thing to say.
No, because I really wanted to know, like, what do you say to someone that goes like, I used to believe, I don't believe anymore because of all these outside things that happen around me. Yeah. So, like, how would you say, you know, what would you tell someone like me to go, if you don't believe in this, like, what would you recommend I do to start maybe believing in spirituality again?
My opinion is, I got asked, like, this is maybe I was 22. I was in work, and this guy next to me, he went to church every week. Yeah. And he started to preach to me about church and Jesus is God, and I played along with it. And he goes, you go to church? I said, no, I don't. And he asked me, then he started to say, you should go to church. He goes, you should go to church. And he goes, I keep saying, no, I don't need to go to church. But the more I say, no, I need to go, the more angry he was getting. And then he started to call me evil. He started to call me the devil because I don't go to church. And then, but I let it, I let it go for a while. Because I want to see. Then I'll go, now I stopped working, I pulled him aside. And I said to him, I'll go, the reason why I don't go to church, because my church is here with you now. So my church is here now with you and Alan. Doesn't matter where I go, that's my church. Because church is, for me, it's not church. That's, to me, this is my belief. My church is within me. Yeah. That's my church. And it doesn't matter where I go, that's my church. So as soon as I said to him, my church is here with you now. And church is everywhere I go. So I bring that peace with me, with you now. As soon as I said that to him, I felt his energy push back and looked up like this. He just started to understand where I was coming from.
Back, yeah.
And then I said to him, the reason why you go to church, because you're still learn to behave, learn to treat people, like learn how to treat people like you do, like in church. I said to him, would you treat me like this in church? Yeah. Right now? Yeah. And he just looked at me like, he couldn't argue with me. He was just like, it's like he couldn't agree with me, but he was in thinking mode, like then he knew I was right. And then that day we didn't really talk, but the next day his attitude changed towards people. I noticed he started to bring church with him now. Yeah. And what I said, you have to learn to behave. That's the reason why I go to church. And to me, that's what I said, when I learn different ones, I see everything. Yeah. So it's like you open the computer and you open the whole world. And it's like I look down and see. That's what I do. Yeah. So I believe, this is what I believe. I believe the kingdom, like the heaven is within you. Yeah. That's what I believe. And you can take that anywhere you want. You always got it. That's my belief.
Fair enough.
No, that's a great take.
Sorry to interrupt. What we'll do is we'll stop recording here and we'll come back for a part 3.
Yep, perfect. I like.
And we're back for part 3 as we continue our spiritual journey with our lovely guest, Ryan. Alan, did you have anything through the questions that you wanted to ask?
Yeah. For some reason, I just need to get this question out of the way. Are you optimistic about the direction of humanity and, where it's heading in? Or do you think the human race is just basically downhill from here? I know it might be a weird question, but I just want your take on it. And I want to get that question out of the way.
My take on that is I see light. I see goodness. I see we can come together and make it work. If all of us just come together. Maybe I feel like I've got to say this part. I'll say this part now. Like, I don't see spirits anymore. I stopped seeing them when I was about 30. But when I was younger too, I also saw, like, I don't know what you call it, like maybe shadow people or demons or I don't know what they were, but they weren't silhouette. They were like figures, like you see a figure of you like that. But I felt the present wasn't good.
Yeah, okay.
I felt the present good because when I see it, like I used to scream at it. I used to try for it. Sometimes I get real close. I try for a punch to it, and I was just getting air all the time, and I was just yelling, I was cursing, and every time I was doing it, I felt like I was draining myself. I could not win. I was trying so hard, and this happened for like 5 years. 5 years, this kept going on, and I couldn't win. And one day, I surrender. Like I couldn't do it no more. So I surrendered in the process, and I go, and something came in mind and said to me, what would Jesus do? And I want your intake, what I done.
I wouldn't think you accepted Jesus per se, but I think you just accepted things are just the way they are. Acceptance of who you are and what you're seeing, and as a spiritual person, and you just went with the flow after that. I don't think you accepted Jesus, but I think you just went with the flow.
Yeah.
That this is what
going against the current.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's
is that your opinion too?
Yeah, I was going to say pretty much along the same lines as Ash. Yeah.
Are we right? It's not the price is right.
I'm waiting for him to say bam. You guys are on the money.
Exactly. No, yes. I mean, this is the price is right. Or like, I'll take spirituality for 200, Alex.
I gave love. That's all I did. So I said in my mind, I go, you know what, I'm going to show you love. And then as soon as I said that in my mindset, I'm going to show you love, I just had that energy of love in me. And as soon as I said that love, all of a sudden, it took 2 steps back. And in my mindset, it's like just went like this, like, what? I couldn't believe it. Like, love. And then, you know what, I'm going to give you a hug. So I started to walk over, give a hug. And soon I walk over, give a hug, it just dissipated. It just went like that. And I just went, it took me 5 years, and all I had to do is give love. Was that the answer? And it was love. So
that's simple.
Yeah, that's simple, it was love. So the next day I went out to the world, and when I saw, I just gave love. So I see you, I'll just picture myself hugging you. I see Alan, picture myself hugging Alan. People don't even know, I don't know. I was just imagining me giving a hug to everyone. So that's the answer to your question. Like, do you see humanity going in the right direction? The answer is yes. If we give love to each one of us, doesn't matter what nationality they are, what belief they've got, is just give them love. And
what do you think it'll take for us to get there as a whole? Do you think it'll take like a big disaster for us to see something that simple, or what do you think?
I don't know. The answer is yes and no. Sometimes disasters bring people together, and sometimes sometimes we're getting tested. Well, what I feel is we're all getting tested.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. That's how I look at it. So when I look back now, I'm thinking maybe it was just a test to show love, to learn about love. And now I learned that love maybe is for me time to show other people, just give love. Go back to the basics. It's like every religion's like they've got 10 commandments in the Quran, in Christianity, like Catholic same, Orthodox same, 10 commandments. Go back to the basics.
Yeah.
The 10 commandments.
Something crossed my mind when you said did you say you stopped seeing spirits at 30 and then 5 years after that?
No, I couldn't take it anymore. Like, I just had enough. I want to live in this reality. Like, I want to have...
Is that why that disappeared? Because you just... Like, how'd that stop? What made it stop?
I went to see these people and they said, look, we can... You just say a prayer and they can... But they said you can stop it for now, but one day it will come back to you. Like, you got a journey to fulfill.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just going with the flow, like.
By the way, for most people, for a lot of people anyway,
Yeah.
this kind of stuff might sound far-fetched, but I believe it because I haven't seen spirits on that level, but I do feel that there are signs and symbols and things like that we overlook that seem like coincidences, but to me, the odds of these little things happening over and over again are small.
Yeah.
So I think, for me, it's not that far-fetched. So, that's what I kind of want to take or say about this, that I've had things happen to me where I'm like, that's insane. And so when people say they did see something or they've had this kind of ability, I've known Ryan for a long time, and I've never seen him do things that don't have integrity behind it, and that's why I've kind of kept in contact with him for a long time. And it wasn't even that I was trying to keep in contact with him; it was just a thing that just gravitated towards him. So I've never seen him lie about anything. I've seen him cover up for people, like not directly lie, but he won't say specific things or whatever to throw people under the bus. So in that sense, I've only seen credible things from Ryan time after time after time. So
I do make mistakes. But I learn from it fast. That's what I mean. Like, if I upset you, and I didn't know, you come to me and tell me I didn't know, I apologise to you straight away.
Yeah.
And I solve the problem, so you don't feel that energy.
Yes, you're not stuck on that. You're not holding on to that grudge for whatever it is. No,
you just let go. You just let it go. To me, sometimes I feel like that's the demon.
Yeah,
holding on to a grudge, not forgiving. That's the demonic part, because you're holding something within you. You haven't let go.
Yeah,
and if you give that love, you're not holding nothing.
Yeah,
you actually set yourself free. So tomorrow, when you go out to the world, you see your girlfriend, you give her a big hug, give her love. You see random people to show love to people. I guarantee you start to see the changes.
Here's an interesting thing. How you talk about not holding grudges. To what level or what extent? We'll use murder for example. Let's say someone murdered a loved one of yours. For me personally, it would be very difficult to not feel complete, to feel disgusted by that person that did that to my loved one. And how do you love the person that would do something like that? Because is a grudge different to that?
No, exactly the same.
It's exactly the same?
Exactly the same. It's a lot harder to forgive for that person. It's a lot harder. That's a bigger test for you.
Yeah.
That's a bigger test.
Yeah.
And plus, when I see in that world too, like, like once you forgive that person, but that person has to do accountability for that murder now. It's not your responsibility.
So you're talking in a sense of like karma, right? Like, because it's going to be taken care of in some shape or form by the universe.
That's his life lesson now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's a fair point. And I've actually thought about that a few times where there were people that I felt have done me or my family wrong, and I did want to take matters into my own hands. But I've seen time and time again where it's like the person that did those things did get punished in some shape or form.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't have to be a direct kind of a thing, but it could be indirect.
Yeah.
And it always catches up. And I'm not just talking about other people, stuff that I've done as well, stuff that I've had to learn. Yeah. Everything that I've ever done, I've had to pay for in some shape or form. Yeah. So I don't think you get, you're right, you don't get away with anything.
No, that's why, because if you hold on to you, then you become that person. The energy transfer to you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
See, I just see everything's energy. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I guess sort of I won't not end, but I think it was sort of like a closing thing of like everyone will say maybe a majority of people will say this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, he can't see spirits and all that sort of stuff. But I guess coming from a non-spiritual person, I would press against that and say, well, if you're spiritual, you're religious, or whatever it is, you inherently believe that something is there. So when someone says to you, I can see things, or I can see spirits, I can see energy, we're not supposed to discourage that as spiritual people. You're supposed to be like, well, maybe not encourage it, but maybe do some more investigation and see like, wow, like what this person really believes in what he sees. So maybe there is something more to it because he's living such a good life. So I'd hate to see like people of a religious or a spiritual thing push back on your notion when they're supposed to believe themselves. And that's what I find like also disheartening in a lot of communities as well, is because you find so many spiritual things and then so many spiritual people are quick to push back, like, you can't see ghosts, you can't see this. And I'm just like, well, you inherently believe in something that isn't there. So you should have some sort of belief in this person.
I got something.
No, I'll say that's why every time I start, I say don't believe what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look at as is my opinion.
Yeah.
And this is my belief. This is what I see. So look at it as a movie.
Yeah.
And if it helps you for your journey in life, that's good. But I don't want to push it on no one.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was younger, I didn't want it.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I'll go, how come you don't see it? Well, I see. I'll go, you have it. I want you to see. I wish I could touch your hand and go, can you see now?
I want to say something that I think might be important. This quote-unquote spiritual stuff, if you put it in a scientific context, people might actually go, oh yeah, that makes sense, because we can't see electricity, we can't see atoms and all this kind of stuff, but we believe it. Like I don't know, like Ryan said, everything's energy, and I'll use astrology for an example. I know, a lot of controversy behind it, but if you explain it in a scientific way, there's a certain point that the planet is in at a certain time, which picks up on different energies around the sun. So if you're born within a certain energy, it might give you certain traits. So sure, it's not going to explain everything, but you can put it in a scientific context, and it changes things. Yeah. So we don't question the fact that if we move a wireless mouse or a gamepad, that it's controlling something on the other side. Most of us don't understand how that works. If you explain it in a scientific way, people will go, okay, it's science, so that's why it's happening. We see it. But this, spiritual stuff, this ghost stuff, whatever, if we are in if we are in a simulation, if we are in a matrix, then we don't know what's within the code. We don't know what glitches are in this system and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to touch on that, to say, that if you explain spirituality in a scientific way, then it almost becomes science as well.
Yeah.
But that's just one thing there.
No, that's totally fair. Is there anything further that you wanted to touch on, Ryan?
No, I think that's about it. Because there's a lot more, but
we'd love to keep talking, audience, but we'd be here for like 3 to 4 hours. We should have Ryan back again.
Yeah, we're going to have Ryan back. We're going to touch on because there's
my key is belief. I think that's the end of the topic. Belief. Believe. If you believe, we can live in a better world, and we all can come as one somehow and work together. And if you believe that will manifest. Everyone does it together. But if everyone believes there's got to be World War III, everyone's going to believe in all this, then that will come true.
No, that's a great message. And just for further episodes in the future, I want to, because this is a subject that has details within other subjects. Like it's like subjects within subjects within subjects. And you can go down so many rabbit holes. So I do want to, this episode, I kind of wanted to just have a broad sort of, brush stroke on this whole thing. And then further episodes down the track, we'll go into other details specifically on, say, like, Dr. Gabor's stuff and what he says. And, there's no short, we're not short of topics. We can go, I've got like pages of topics for episodes that we can go on. And that's all I'm going to say.
Well, no, I guess I think everything's sort of wrapped up well then. Ryan, thank you for joining us on this episode. I hope you come back and give us some more spiritual insights. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between, have a good rest of the evening, morning, and wherever you are. Alan, say goodbye.
Goodbye, people. And love and hugs.
Love and hugs.
Out to the world.
And you got any final words?
Take care. Just live in the present. Live in the present.